do great things, that God does do great things, that God is doing great things, that God is worthy of all the glory, all the honor, and all of the praises. Now, we've got a few items that we want to share with you guys on today. I have a few things that I want to talk to you about, a few events and things that you should know about that will be helpful to you for your financial health, for your blessings, for everything. And I also want to let you all know that today I actually was struggling, and I had to manifest my day. I had to push beyond my own personal limits and go beyond, because I know sometimes people don't recognize it. They think, oh yeah, well, she's always good, she's always on, everything's always good, everything's feeling great. Or some people would have expected me to be certain places, because I was supposed to be certain places today and didn't quite make it, simply because I had to push, I had to speak, I had to talk to myself, and I had to move my whole body out of its condition into a different condition, into a different place where I could actually begin to go and get ready and do what I had to do. I know many of you probably are like, no, I don't never do that. What do you mean? If I'm not well, I'm not well, and that's the end of the story. Well, that's great, and I get that, and I feel where you're coming from, and I understand, and I used to feel that way as well. And then I found out that the enemy uses the fact that you don't manifest, or that you don't speak to yourself, or that you don't determine that the surroundings or the circumstances, the situations do not declare or determine how you are going to do what you're going to do. Meaning, that's why this is my financial health, and we're dealing with financial health, spiritual health, physical health, everything that has to do with your well-being, your wellness, having well-being, wellness. And we all need to be well, right? We need to be 100%. We don't need to be halfway in, halfway out. We don't need to be sometime, because God, we're a peculiar people. We're fearfully and wonderfully made. God made us with all of the healing properties within us, with all of the ability. And yes, he showed doctors how to do different things, and he showed people how to get different things. But the reason why that happened is because mankind got so messed up. Same thing with divorce. He says, divorce was made because of mankind, because of the evilness, because of the fact that man could not do what they needed to do. They didn't understand that love is not a feeling, it's an actual choice, it's a decision, it's an action. You give yourself to someone, and that's how you love. So we do thank God. God bless you, Brother Tyson. God bless you, man of God. We thank God for you being on. And like I said, I had to really work my own self today. I had to pray my own self through. I had to do as David did. I had to encourage my own self. I had to bring myself out of a physical and a physiological and a psychological situation. And it was a struggle, and it was tough, but I had to do it. And I believe that God gets the glory for that. Now, I'm not trying to, puff myself up. God bless you, woman of God. We thank God for Betty. Thank you so much for tuning into the Facebook Live. We have to understand that when we get to the place that things are happening in our lives, sometimes we feel like it's past our time, or let me help you out. Not everything comes with age, right? And let me help you out. You can live forever. Yeah, I know we even have preachers and people saying that everybody has to die to get out of here. Well, no, everybody doesn't have to die to get out of here. That's one of the ways you leave. But we have a testimony in the scriptures where Enoch walked with God so that he was translated that he should not see death. Right? He didn't have to die. Yeah. I want you to understand. I know somebody said, well, that's just one instance. That's an anomaly. That's that's a example of what happens if you walk so with God that he translates you so that you don't see death. In other words, Enoch walked in such a way and so closely with God, and so much that he didn't try to find out how close he could be with God and still be out of God. He said, I want to be as close. I want to please you so much. I want to do everything that makes you feel better, that I will be able to. And, I want all my people around me. Everybody living good. Everybody eating good. Everybody should. I want what I want for myself, for you. And what I want for me is good health, good wealth. I want to have everything that is for me. I want to be the head and not the tail. I want to be the lender and not the borrower. And so I have situated myself and I put myself in a network because God has shown me and directed me as to who to approach and who to be with. And maybe there are some of you who are partners who should be with me. And again, I'm going to give you the opportunity. You can text the word client or the word mentor, depending on which position you feel like you are in, and I will be able to work with you to 954-554-6755. That's 954-554-6755. You can be a mentor, you can be mentored, or you can be a client. Either way, text whichever word it is that applies to you. If you are a client or you want to be a client and you want to be mentored, you want to be trained, you want to receive some of the, you want to be, you're a client and you want to have some of the services that we offer. We have funding, we have various things. You can do that. Again, I want you to understand, we are living in a day and a time. The closer that you walk with God, the more that you manifest that on a spiritual vibration, that you go into the realm of the godly, right? And not the ungodly, not the wicked, not the spiritual, but the realm of the godly. God wants you to walk in the realm of Jesus Christ. Let this mind be in you, which was also in Christ Jesus, right? That you might be able to apprehend and obtain the same thing he has, because we are heirs and joint heirs with him. Therefore, we have access to all the things he has access to once we are his. And so, therefore, we can be sons and daughters, because those who obey are sons and daughters of the Most High God. So, now, it is up to us to be able to manifest or do or bring into fruition those things that are in the atmosphere. For we are the ones, because those who are carnal cannot really pull it out of the spirit realm. And everything in the spirit, because it happens in the spirit first and then manifests itself in the natural. So if you want to be wealthy, you have to manifest it first, or you have to cause it to be set up in the spiritual first, and then after it is set up in the spiritual, it will then appoint itself or present itself in the natural. Your healing begins first in the spiritual or in the mental or in the level or the atmosphere first primarily, and then manifests itself in the natural. For it, before anything was formed and the earth was void and without form, God spoke. It was already in existence. It already had its place in his understanding, and then he spoke it and it became. And then after he spoke and everything was put in the earth, he put man, and then he said, man, you have the ability to create. And I'm going to bring everything before you, and I'm going, because you are made in my image and my likeness, and therefore you are speaking spirits who have the ability to perform and do those things which you need to do. And as sons and daughters of the Most High God, the earth groaneth, and it waits for you to take on your rightful place. God bless you, Hilda. God bless you, Jarvis. To actually know what's going on. So when you are in the frame of mind of understanding that I am something, or who I am, and the gifting that is in me, the purpose of me is what God is waiting for, what the earth is waiting for, we will then begin to see the manifestation of the earth coming into alignment. But until we begin to actually operate as sons and daughters of the Most High God, taking the authority and the power that has been given to us, walking as Jesus walked, talking as Jesus talked, doing like he did, so that we can see the results that he got, then that's the only way we're going to be able to do or cause the earth to come into alignment. Now, I'm not saying don't pray. I'm just saying if you're going to pray, don't worry. Listen, don't wait till midnight. I'm going to go there real quick, and then I'm going to come back. We're going to talk a little bit more, because I do want to let Brent Jones help me out a little bit. That was supposed to come up right at this time, but I kind of got into a couple of things with you guys. But I want you to understand, we've got some events coming up. We've got some things coming up. We want to let you know about them. We'd love for you to participate, be a part of them. So just real quick, I'll tell you a little bit more about it, but get your calendars out and mark these dates and save these dates so that you can be a part of these events. We want you to save March 27th, and we want you to save May 1st. March 27th and May 1st. Put a little circle in your calendar. Say, I got to make sure I'm available on those days, because there's some things coming up that is going to change my life. This is Nikki V, my financial health show. Lives do change right here. We'll be back, but this is Brent Jones, and of course, I don't own the rights to this music. Brent Jones, Don't Wait Till Midnight, a great song, award winner. Dude was even in Trolls World Tour, so make sure you if you haven't heard the song, haven't got this project, make sure you support it. Again, I don't own the rights to this song, and please, I know Facebook's probably going to jam me up about it, but don't worry about it. Don't wait till midnight, because, this is important. Thanks.
Don't wait till when there is no. Come on, say. Come on. You know this. You know this.
Danger, and that ain't right.
Listen. Hello, my child. I see you on your knees. It must be midnight. I know you're sad. Me, I'm so glad that you took the time out to call me. You must be in trouble. I heard emergency, and I came on the double. Midnight's the only time that I can hear from you. And how I wish you called me when your skies are blue. Y'all help me. Don't wait till. When there is no. Come on, you know it. Come on.
Stranger, until there is danger, and that ain't
You say that you love me and can't live without me. Then why do you call me only when you need me?
you say
that you love me and you can't live without me. Oh, then why do you call me? And only when you need me, only when you need me, you say that you love and you can't live without me. Why do you call me? Why do you call me?
Why do you call me?
Only when you need me.
You say that you
Love me.
love me and you can't live.
Without me.
So
Then
why?
why do you call? Eddie Brown, ladies and gentlemen.
Sing! Yeah!
Now the singers are out here. Keep standing up here.
Hey!
I want to hear what Waco has to offer. I know they got WCC, and that's a big thing in Waco. But some of you out here, and listen, I don't want you to act church humble. Okay? Oh, not me. I just. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay?
Don't do that. Don't do
If you
that.
have to get the song, lift your hand. I want to come to you. I want to hear you.
Yay!
This is Cherie from LA.
Ooh.
Oh, you say that you love me and can't live without me. Then why do you call me only when you need me? You say that you love me and you can't live without me. Then why do you call me only when you need me? You say that you love me and you can't live without me. Then why do you call me only when you need me?
You did too much. You did too much. You did too much.
Hey!
Showing out. Did too much.
Talk, Mr. Brent.
This is Barbara.
Go ahead, Barbara.
Barbara is from Dallas.
Dallas in the
Texas in the
house.
house. Come on. Barbara got a song on my record. You're going to hear it tonight, but you're going to hear it right now. Now, this one ain't churchy, but I know you got that next gear too, so just kill us, okay? Because we come to die. We come to die, okay?
wait till midnight. We have to stop that. Our conversation with God is only when we need Him. Kim Burrell talked about it too. She said, I come to you more than I give, right? And we have to be set up because God desires for us to be functional, not just ornamental. We're not just trophies for Him. God wants us to be functional. We have to have function. We have to be able to bring something to the table. I know we say, no, we don't. God does everything. God is everything. God doesn't need us for nothing. If He didn't need us for anything, then He wouldn't have bothered. What's the point? Right? God created us for purpose, for functionality, not just for decoration. If He just wanted decoration, because He had angels, but He had a purpose and a function for us. And so we must understand that we shouldn't just conversate or have a conversation or talk to God or involve ourselves with God or reach out to God simply because we're in trouble. And I know y'all understand that. You know you hate it for yourself. And you know why you don't like it? Because God put it in you to not like it, so you'd understand why He doesn't like when you just come to Him with your hand out. You really don't like it when only time you see anybody, the only time anybody ever comes to you. And I mean, you may have grown to be like, well, look, at least they appreciate me, because you've learned how to deal with your feelings. But initially, you don't like that. That's not you. You grew to understand how to relate when you have people who are constantly bombarding you only when they need you. I only want to talk to you when I need what you have. I only know you when I have something I want to get from you. I'm only familiar with you. I only know where your number is. You know how that is, and you know how you don't like it. And God says, I'm the same way. I'm not really interested in a relationship where the only time you ever know me, although I'm glad. And He says, I'm glad that you I'm not happy about the trouble, but I'm glad that you actually finally thought enough of me that you would just come and have a conversation with me. So it's great now, really, that you're struggling. And really, if you think about it, I'm going to cause more struggle, because if the only time you're going to talk to me is when you're struggling, then whenever I need to hear from you, I'm going to cause struggle to be in your life. So why not love God all the time? Why not love people all the time? Why not be at His disposal all the time? Why not, like I said when I started, be like Enoch? Walk with God so that you are translated, that you should not see death. Everybody doesn't have to go the way of the graveyard. You can live until you want to go. I know somebody said, huh? If you live right, if you live a certain way, Jesus said, I came that you might have this life and have it more abundantly. He even said, they don't take my life, I give it. In other words, I had to release it. He could have stayed on that cross and hung there and suffered a little longer if He wanted to, but He said, I give up the ghost. Father, into Thy hands I commend my spirit. In other words, I'm ready to leave this now. I done all I ran my course. I did everything I was supposed to do. I'm gone. Deuces. Twos. See ya. Right? He didn't have to die. He could have kept on living, even in the suffering. But He chose to go. Which means we also can live until we don't want to live anymore, and then we just say, okay, see you later. That's why if you notice, sometimes you'll see some of the saints, and even some people, they know that it's coming, and you're like, it was interesting. It seemed like they had gotten everything together. They had gotten everything straight. They had done everything that they were supposed to do just before it was time to leave. It's amazing, really, how that happened. I'm just thrown off because, just before they did all their goodbyes. If I had known, but they knew somehow because they did all of the things that were needed. They were able, the saints can say goodbye. They know when they're getting ready to leave. They know when the time it has approached. He comes as a thief in the night to those who are not prepared. But the great and glorious day of the Lord is not that way for those who know Him. Oh, I know. Y'all think I'm just talking crazy out of my head. I'm really not that crazy, and I really do know what I'm talking about. We do thank God for each and every one of you who are tuned into the broadcast. This is my financial health show. I am Dr. Niki V, and lives do change right here And as I was talking to you all, I wanted to help you all understand a couple things that are coming up. One of the things is, of course, on March 27th, it is a Saturday from 1 to 4 p.m. We will have the grand opening of Aurelia's Place, a place of wellness, LLC. And it is your licensed mental health community counseling center, which is going to be available in the 33311 zip code. That means you've got somebody who understands your situations and knows how to deal with it and is licensed to deal with it. And you can come to someone, and we want to take away the stigma, right? The absolute stigma of having to deal with, black people in mental health, right? And so Black Mental Health Matters. Hashtag, you can write that on, put that everywhere. Hashtag Black Mental Health Matters. And put Aurelia's Place, March 27th, 1 to 4 p.m. That'll be taking place at 744 Northwest 12th Avenue in the city of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, 33311, which is where they're going to be. And she has in-office and telehealth counseling. If you'd like to know more about Aurelia's Place, you can go to aureliasplace.com. That's AURILIASPLACE.com. And you can call 754-249-6359. Call 754-249-6359. Don't wait till midnight. Don't wait till it's overwhelming. While you are beginning to see the very stages of your stress and your disorder and discomfort. And many of us are struggling right now because COVID has us just bouncing off the walls. Make sure you call 754-249-6359 and find out more about how you can get your mental health in order so you can have wellness. We want you to be well, right? We want people to be well. At this time, I got to do a station identification, and then we'll be right back after this.
You've got it locked on the best in gospel talk. 1520 AM WEXY. Wilson Manors, Oakland Park, Fort Lauderdale. The following is a paid advertisement. The sponsor is entirely responsible for its content.
Everybody eating good, everybody living good, everybody should. I want all my people around me. A vote for my brother is a vote for myself. And we just want to make sure that we are living and doing what God has us set up to do. We want to be able to do the right thing 100% of the time. Right? I know somebody said, come on now, Doc. You can't do the right thing 100% of the time. Well, you can if you just desire to do so. This is the thing, right? We have to set it up in our mind. We're too busy setting up provision for the flesh that we haven't made provision for the spirit. And the spirit is the most important thing. So I told you about Aurelia's Place, a place of wellness, LLC, and that is the grand opening will take place on March 27th at 744 Northwest 12th Avenue in the city of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And we want to see you in the place 1 to 4 p.m. We're going to have some of everybody out there, so we want you to be out there too. Because after all, you mean something to us as well. So come on out and be with us. We're going to be having mass and some refreshments and all kinds of stuff, and you'll get a chance to meet the area's wellness and mental health and community mental health opportunity to be able to really see and get and experience the real help that we need in our area. Now, of course, I've talked to you about the fact that we have so many things that we're offering and we're networking with so many people. So we would encourage you to be networked with us and be a client if you'd like to, or also be a mentor or be mentored, be someone who is mentored and become a mentor, that you might be able to help others to be financially in a good position. All of us can be. So pretty much anybody and everybody can do it. It's just, will you? Being a part of this network, being a part of this empire, being a part of this kingdom movement is something that is possible for everyone to be a part of. It is pretty much just like being like evangelism. Everybody can, God wants everyone. Well, everyone can be a part of the wedding feast. However, everyone won't do it, right? Many are called, but few are chosen. And I say that in the sense that many are called, but few have chosen. Because you have to make the decision to be a part of it. And you have to make the decision to effectively work it. And if you do work it and you are a part of it, you will see the blessings of being part of what God is doing. Now, I want to deal with this declaration for you all on today as we close out my financial health show for today. And we've still got a lot of time. I'm just saying this is the second half. So as we close it out, and like I'm going to tell you about, I told you about the March 27th, and of course I told you May 1st is another day that you need to block off. I'll let you know a little bit more about that in just a moment. And that's basically for you who are self-employed, but you must have a 1099. But listen, call me. If you're self-employed, we'll work things out because we've got some things that we can do with you. But the original part of this May 1st issue is being able to deal with $10,000 upwards to $400,000. So if you are someone who is self-employed and you've been trying to figure out, I need to get my hands on $10,000 to $400,000, then you might want to mark that calendar day, May 1st, and I'll tell you a little bit more about it as well. But that's just my little teaser for it. We'll let you know more about the event as it gets closer, because May is a little further away. But just kind of, if you're self-employed, or maybe you're not self-employed, but you've got, some ideas of how you want to get self-employed, and you are interested in finding out, how do I deal with 10,000, or how can I get my hands on 10,000 upwards to $400,000? Then May 1st, we're going to be having a get together in limited seating, because we want to make sure that we want you to be able to do that. Thank God for my partner, Anthony. I do apologize, sir. I just want to say that to you now, because I struggled on today roughly, and I'm glad that I'm able to do something now. As a matter of fact, I talked about it at the beginning of the broadcast. And I just want to declare this for everybody. I want to let you guys know. I declare that it's not too late to accomplish everything God has placed in your heart. Sometimes we have things that we wanted to do, things we thought we would do. And of course, now that we're in March, you started 2021 out, and you have those resolutions for the beginning of the year. And right around March is when you say, okay, I wasn't able to make it happen, or I didn't quite keep up with it. I didn't keep going to the gym. I didn't keep on my diet. I didn't do whatever it was that you had promised you were going to do. I started eating more of the sugar, or whatever the case might be. I don't know what your resolution was. All I know is usually by about March, whatever you had resolved you were going to do, you tend to fall off right around March. And don't worry about if you fall off right around March, because I'm declaring unto you that it's not too late. You can actually do whatever it was. And maybe it wasn't something you declared now. Maybe you've given up on it for a long time. Maybe you said, listen, I wanted to be a lawyer, but I had to do some other things. I'm not going to bother. Listen, be a lawyer. Go be a lawyer. If that's what you wanted to do, and that's what you've been designed to do, and you still have the gumption and the desire and the passion for it, do it. If you wanted to be an entrepreneur and you put it aside for a job, and you think this is too late for me to become an entrepreneur, I promise you I can help you with that. right? You can do that. That can be done. We can get that done for you today. We can get you on the path where you can become $1 million earner about minimum 2 years. Within 2 to 6 years, you could be $1 million earner. Period. End of story. All right, we can set you up with a business that will run by itself within 2 to 6 years. You will be having it'll function by itself, and you have no worry. It's too big to fail. The business I'm talking about, too big to fail. You won't be able to fall from it. It's a beast all by itself. It's based on a proven track record system. It has the most 6 to 7 figure earners known in the world, and it's a beast. It takes on a heart and a mind of its own. It is something that creates generational wealth. It will keep going from forward and forward and forward and forward. So I declare to you that it is not too late. You are not too far behind. You can accomplish everything that God has placed in your heart. You have not missed your window of opportunity. Your window of opportunity is yet available. The opportunity is before you right now to become the greatest and the latest, the biggest inspiration. You can do it today. It is absolutely doable. There is no reason to fear. There's no reason to be worried. There's no reason to think you can't do it. It is available to you. God bless you, Tanya. And you can have whatever it is that you need. I decree this unto you on today. I am speaking into your life today that you have the power and the ability. It is not too late. You can do it. God has moments of favor in your future. It hasn't passed you. I don't care how old you are. I don't care how young you are. I don't care what time of day it is. I don't care what's going on in your life. Let me tell you that you still have moments of favor that are in your future. He is preparing you right now because he is about to release a special grace to help you accomplish your dream. Because a dream without actually having it, having set it down on paper, without having it on goal, is just a dream. But you make sure that you put a deadline, and now it is a reality. It's a goal. It's something that you can manifest. So do you want to just dream, or do you want to actually set a goal? And I think today is the day that you take that dream and you make it a goal. You let God know, I'm ready to do it. I'm ready to go forward. I'm ready to move forward. I'm ready with great expectation to see things move in a way that I never thought they could do before. This is your time. I don't care what time you thought it was before. I don't care what you thought was before. I don't care what kind of bad timing you thought you had before. This, right now, right here, this moment, is your time. You have been set up with a divine appointment to be on this broadcast. And I don't care when you listen to this. Trust me, when I tell you, whenever you hear this and the words come across your ears, this is your time. With the authority and the power that God has given unto me to decree and declare before you now, this is your time. You have met with your moment of destiny, and you can do what you've been wanting to do all along right now. Take that first step. Make that first move. You are able. This is your moment. Receive it today. Activate it today. Move on it today. This is my declaration to you. So I just want you to know, people, and I thank God for all of you who are listening in, who are tuned in. Earlier we told you about not waiting till midnight. Don't wait for problems. Don't wait for everything to go crazy. Don't wait for everything to get messed up to begin reaching out. Before it ever gets messed up, before it ever becomes a problem, reach out. Strive, push, have a passion, move forward. There is something important about you. There's a lot to you. No one, no thing, nobody has ever come into this realm of the earth without purpose and function. No one. The minute you entered into the space, into the sphere, God calls you because he said, before you were formed in your mother's womb, I knew you. Meaning spiritually, before you ever became an actual conceived being, you existed. You have function. You had purpose. God had a design for you. He wrote out your destiny. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. You are an example. You are a creation. You are designed for great explosion, great ability, great possibility. The question is, will you do what needs to be done? Without it, you're never going to make it. Without it, you're never going to have it. Without it, you're never going to be. You're always going to be just under the radar. And that's why the Bible talks about the whole earth is waiting for us to occupy till he comes. Because if we were to occupy until Jesus comes, we present and represent what the kingdom looks like, what Christ's rule looks like. But if we don't know how to manifest it, demonstrate it, show it forth, then people don't know what to be ready for. People don't know what is to come. And so the whole earth is waiting because the whole earth wants to see that demonstration. They want to experience that power. They want to know what it is. They want to see somebody make it. They want to see an example. And the only examples they have before them are ones that aren't representing necessarily the kingdom. So why not come and find people, bring before people, see people who then can bring forth the actual power, the actual manifestation, the actual glory, the actual revelation of what it is to be empowered by the very Spirit of Christ. Let this mind be in you, which was also in Christ Jesus, which will then cause you to walk. For the blessings of the Lord maketh rich and addeth no sorrow. The blessing of the Lord maketh rich and addeth no sorrow. It causes you to be able to walk in a place where you are not sorrowful, where you have no regret, where you can say, I have left and I am empty. I have given everything and now I can leave in peace. Don't leave potential in the grave. What are you holding back for? What are you waiting on? What are you trying to keep in the hold? Now, I'm trying very hard to not go overboard with this, but I do want to make sure that you understand that you can be with this or you can watch it. Either way, it's fine. I just don't want you to be distressed when you see the movement and you see the people begin to manifest all of these. I want you to be able to understand it's not too late. You can get in now. As a matter of fact, when you see that we've manifested it, you can get in then. I know somebody said, wait a minute, you messed up. You're supposed to cause fear of loss. I want you to understand that this is bigger than fear of loss. Now, getting in now is better for you, because the fear of loss is not that you won't be able to ever get it later. You're going to be able to get it later. The fear of loss is all the years you missed where you could have had it. Because all the time you waited is all the time you don't get. So if you're going to wait until later, all those months, those years, that time, you're going to find yourself looking at that and saying, you mean I could have been making this all along? Yes. I could have been getting this all along? Yes. So I'm missing out because I was afraid to take the risk on God? Yes. That's what I'm telling you. Now I got to take a break. I've got to let one of my partners come through and share with you some information about them. I'm going to talk again about Aurelia's Place, Place of Wellness, LLC, as well as a little bit about May 1st, just to touch on the fact that $10,000 to $400,000 is waiting on you. So why not find out about a date when you can come together and learn about how you can get your hands on $10,000 to $400,000. Thanks so much. This is My Financial Health Show. I am Dr. Nikki V, and lives do change right here. We'll be right back after this.
If you have pests, we have the solution. TNT Lawn and Pest Solutions. We take care of and specialize in white fly treatment, fertilization, weed control, shrubs and palm care, mosquito control, insect and disease control, all at your fingertips. Just call TNT, ask for Antonio, tell him Nikki sent you, 954-245-9319. That's 954-245-9319 or 786-306-2840. That's 786-306-2840. TNT Lawn and Pest Solutions. If you've got a pest problem, we've got the solution. Call TNT Lawn and Pest Solutions, 954-245-9319. Ask for Antonio and let him know that Nikki sent you.
By the way, I don't own the rights to this music. This is Undefeated, Marvin Sapp, because we are undefeated. Do you want to live an undefeated life? Because Jesus is undefeated. Get with him.
Infatuated with their own thing. Some self-proclaim they're the gold.
You could be a champion. Yeah.
History provides that my God's the one. No losses, he's won the most. Undefeated champion, seated on the throne,
Ruler. Redeemer.
Savior of the world. Who else could take the sting of death as a man? Resist temptation like mine. You've proven your power and showed us the way, so we could win every time. Undefeated champion, be seated on the throne. Ruler, Redeemer, Savior of the world.
Undefeated champion, be seated on the throne. Ruler, Redeemer. Yes, we thank God for him, and we thank God for him giving us to be heirs and joint heirs. We have access, y'all. We are also undefeated. He said that we are victorious, that we are more than conquerors, right? Because a conqueror has to do the conquering, but he won and gave us the victory. So we don't have to fight. We now have the victory. We don't have to do the struggle. We can walk away with the belt, right? We can walk away with the trophy. We can walk away with the herald. We can walk away with the power. So why not enjoy the victory and give all the glory to him? For after all, let men see the good works that you do and glorify your Father which is in heaven. Now, I want to also, because each time I want to give us acts of kindness, because again, my financial health show, lives do change here, and I want to because the whole world always has these weird challenges, but these challenges are oftentimes challenges to do things that are self-destructive and really kind of hurtful, right? They don't bless people. So I have two challenges that I'm asking you to participate in, and of course you can do both. You can do one, whichever way. But for this week, I want to encourage you to do one of them. If you happen to go out, some people aren't doing that now, but if you happen to go and you do a drive-through and you go through a drive-through, it would be a fast food place or wherever you're going, or maybe you're going to a dinner. Maybe you go out to eat somewhere. Either way, whichever way, it doesn't matter. Whether you're going out to eat somewhere or whether you drive through a fast food restaurant, whatever way you do it. If it's the drive-through, of course, pay for the person behind you. Right? Whoever's behind you, tell the person that when you come up to the little window, I'm paying for theirs. Right? Challenge you guys this week to do that for someone. Or like I said, if you're in a restaurant, pick someone out in the restaurant, whoever you see, and let the waiter or waitress know, I'm paying for whatever they're having. Right? I'm paying for their meal. And that's what you'll do, right? That's a random act of kindness. This is my financial health show. I'm Dr. Niki V. Lives change here. If you find yourself that you're not able to financially handle that, then you need to talk to me, because we are setting people up to financially be able to do this kind of thing, to be a blessing. As a matter of fact, within the next 3 or 4 months, there's going to be some stuff that's going to be happening on this broadcast that you're going to want to be a part of, because I'll be randomly giving things out that people are going to be like mind-blowing. Because we're going to be operating at that level, at that sphere. We're going to be operating off of examples that we've seen of other people who are wealthy, who do these kind things in our community. And so that's what we're setting this up for. This is a different thing. We're on a different level. We're doing things different than anything you've seen from most people. And we want to show the very love and kindness of God. Again, my financial health show. Lives do change here. I'm Dr. Nikki V, and we want you to be a part of that. The other one, of course, is one of the ones that's kind of hard for some people to do. When you're in traffic or when you're driving, let somebody come in. Don't pinch the people out, but allow people that cut in front of you. Yield to someone and let them have the right of way. Yield to someone and let them have the right of way. Practice yielding to people, not zooming past and, well, you should have got in. You knew where you was going. No, don't get. And the reason why I'm asking you all to do these challenges, these 2 challenges, these random acts of kindness challenges or acts of kindness challenges, is because I want us. You will find that the more times or as often as you do good things or nice things to people or do nice things for people, that it actually is a blessing to you. It actually makes you feel better. It actually does stuff to your body. The more kindness, the better words that you have for people, that will also help. As a matter of fact, this is a constant challenge. This is not just for this week. This is a constant challenge. Whenever you find yourself approaching or seeing new people, any new person that you don't know them, say something kind to them, nice. Give them a compliment. Find something about them that is beautiful, wonderful, and actually describe it to them. Tell them, my God, I am amazed. Not critical. Don't criticize. Don't condemn. But actually find some nice thing and bless them. God bless you, Bishop Mark Cooper. We thank God for you, man of God. And I've been inspired by your feast and fast and feast. And I want to tell you, because of it, that's the reason why I'm coming out with doing these challenges. And I've set up 3 challenges for people this week. And of course, one of them is a constant challenge. And that's anytime you come up to somebody, you meet somebody brand new, compliment them. Say nice words to them. Say something positive. Encourage them that they are somebody and they're worth something. Find something real to say to them. And let them know that they're loved and that they genuinely can be appreciated. And of course, the other one is that we pay for somebody's meal. If you're at a drive-through, pay for the meal behind you. If you're at a restaurant, pay for someone's meal within the restaurant. Pay for it for them. And the other one, that's the one for this week. And the other one for this week is that if you see someone who is, when you're driving about, that wants to come in, let them come in. Yield the way. Don't get tied up and pushed up and, no, you can't get in, and have people beeping in here. Just let them come in. I know you might be in a hurry. I know things might be difficult and you might feel stressed. But release it and give them the path and let them come in. And watch. Road rage won't overtake you. You'll bind up that spirit and you'll cast it out of your lives and you'll begin to experience something brand new. By the way, this is my financial health show. I'm Dr. Nikki V, and lives do change here. God bless you, Mother Helen Scavella. We thank God for you. We're getting ready to close out the broadcast, but we thank God for all of you who have tuned in to the broadcast, and we hope that you will continue to tune in and let lives change around you. After all, we want everybody around us eating good, living good. Everybody should.